Hey there, and welcome to No Small Life, where we help you rebuild a life you love no matter what you've walked through.
Your life is not small. You don't have to live it that way any longer. We are Chris and Megan Rhea. What are we talking about today, Megs?
Well, today, guys, we just want to come to you and remind you that your life is not small. No matter what's happened in your past, we want to remove the power of your past to dictate your future and help you put the steps into place to rebuild the life that you are desiring.
The first problem we can run into when life feels small, when it feels like it's crushing us, when unforeseen life circumstances happen to us and throw us a curveball and it just doesn't go the way we thought it would go, and we're in pain or we're stressed or we're dealing with anxiety or depression over our situation. Life just tends to feel so uncertain. That's the problem we run into. What is life gonna be like? What's our future gonna hold? Is this our new normal? Is this what life's gonna be now? But the truth is, it doesn't have to always be uncertain just because it feels uncertain. And the way that we overcome this challenge in our life is we start to get healing for our soul and we rebuild our faith. Those two go hand in hand, spirit and soul. Our soul has to do with our mind and going, and instead of shoving things down, deepening our walk with the Lord and getting things out of the basement that have been down there for years and years through therapy and journaling, and just bringing healing to a broken soul can just make us feel so much more free. And when we feel free, we don't feel like there's a barrier in our life. Life doesn't feel so uncertain, and we begin to build our faith in God, trust Him again, and He'll begin to lead us and guide us by His Spirit.
The second problem we face when life throws us a curveball is that it feels lonely. It feels so lonely when you're walking through this world and you're carrying this pain that you've just walked through, and you're looking at other people moving on with their lives and going, does anyone see that I'm bleeding over here? Does anyone see that I'm hurting? And can you relate to my pain? Have you ever walked into a crowd full of people and felt so alone? So what happens when you feel so alone? You isolate. You pull away from the very relationships that could give you life and make you feel less alone. But you look at the people that you used to be in relationships with and you're like, they don't get me. They don't understand. They're not asking enough. They're not calling enough. They're not prying enough, right? So we pull away from those relationships. And in turn, we can sometimes, guys, develop this victim mentality that nobody cares about me, right? And it just keeps snowballing from there. We isolate, we pull away. So how do we combat that isolation, that loneliness? We have to choose to rebuild those relationships. We have to choose to rebuild the relationships with our family, with our spouse, with our loved ones. We have to choose to rebuild the relationships with our friendships and community, and put ourselves out there again and make the first phone call again and re-engage, even though it's uncomfortable, because when we're lonely, we pull away, but when we're in community, we bring life back into our soul.
The third problem we run into when life feels small or when unforeseen circumstances happen that have the ability to crush or devastate our lives is life just feels unfulfilling. Like, what am I supposed to do now? I don't feel like I'm accomplishing anything. I don't feel like I'm fulfilling my purpose. I don't feel like my life is amounting to anything. That can be a huge problem that most people face when they walk through hard things or dealing with pain or trauma. So the solution to that is to rebuild our future, to create a new blueprint for our lives, to roll up our sleeves, go to work, partner with God, and begin to create a new blueprint for our future, to take our past pain and to turn it into purpose. Whatever you've walked through in life, you have become an expert on getting through it.
Come on.
And once you get through it, you just look back and say, well, how did I get through that trauma? How did I get through that unforeseen circumstance? How did I get through that pain? And then you figure it out, put it down on paper, and you turn it into purpose.
Yes.
And you allow God to use the pain of your past to impact the lives of other people. The other thing that you can do is you control what you can control and let go of what you can't. Sometimes we do that opposite. The things that are outside of our control, we try to hang on for dear life.
Yeah.
And the things that are in our control, we let go of.
Right.
We're in control of certain parts of our health, going to the gym and what we put in our body. We're in control of how we spend our money. There are some things that we're in control of that we should try to maximize that level of control. But the things outside of our control, we need to let go and turn our pain into purpose and rebuild our future.
Friend, can I just tell you, whatever you've walked through, there's hope.
There is hope.
There's healing. There is life on the other side of that thing. There is a new chapter coming, and we would love to partner with you, help give you the practical steps to turn that page and to walk into that next chapter new, confident, with rebuilt relationships, with a renewed faith, with a renewed purpose, with your practical life in order. Because you deserve to show up for the life that God has for you, and your future looks good. We would love for you to partner with us, subscribe to this channel, join us on this journey. Let's rebuild your life, because it is not small.